name is Curtis Holiday.
Curtis? Curtis? I think we lost him. Somebody get me my suit.
Okay. Are we live? Oh, okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Welcome to A Year In. I'm your host, Francisco Amador. Now, this past year has been full of a lot of unexpected changes. From things shutting down, to the stay-at-home orders starting, we've all been forced to change our daily routines. Some of the people who have been hit the hardest by this are local business owners. Today, we're going to talk to just a few of them to see firsthand how this pandemic has affected them. To start us off, let's go to two local dessert businesses.
Hi, my name is Catherine Gonzalez Reyes. I am 17 years old. I go to San Lorenzo High School, and my small business is named Catherine Desserts. And what I sell is desserts such as chocolate covered strawberries, chocolate covered pretzels, Oreos, and all that good stuff.
How has COVID-19 impacted your business?
I feel like it impacted it in a good way, as in like I was able to do something and not just like sit home, you know? I feel like when you think about starting something through this pandemic, you think it was gonna go bad, you know? It would be like, oh, well, like no one's gonna buy or anything, but I have had a lot of support. So I feel like it made me, one, more confident, more stronger, more independent, and more being able to believe in myself, which is really good, and I really appreciate that. And I feel like it has helped others start their own business, because starting my business, I was able to give other people advice and help to start theirs and kind of guide them through the way, which feels really good to be able to help someone in that way.
What kind of support has your business gained during the pandemic?
I feel like it has gained a lot of support that has like made me keep going, because when you have support, as in like people like your stuff, people comment under your stuff, people follow, you want to do better and you want to do more. I started off with like not that much support, like no one knew me, like no one was like, who is this girl? And now like throughout, people just like, I have people from like all over, like just supporting me and showing some love, like even other small businesses that I might not even know who these people are, like they're just supporting me, reposting my stuff. So support has been so great, and it keeps improving, and I keep getting so much love, which I love because it makes me do better.
How do you stay motivated throughout the pandemic?
I stay motivated, I think, because I always look through the better, you know, like even if this is like a situation which is really hard, I always try to put myself in the positive mindset and just keep going. And I feel like my small business was something that helped me so much. I actually wake up in the morning and get ready, get on with my day, you know, start off good and not start off with a bad mindset or like, oh my God, we're in school and like I can't do nothing about it. Like it's made me better, and it's made me not be lazy, because I am known to be a lazy person, which is really good. So my small business during this pandemic has definitely helped me stay happy and be happy and not fall down.
What about the pandemic that made you start your business?
I feel like it was just like, I've always wanted a job. I've always wanted a job, but my dad would never let me get a job. So I was kind of like, well, I want a job, you know? And then I love making chocolate covered strawberries, but I always made them just as gifts. So then on Mother's Day, I had asked my mom, and I was just like, hey, would you like it if I gave you chocolate covered strawberries for Mother's Day? Like, is that a cute gift that kids or like someone can give to their mother? And she was like, yeah, why don't you sell some? And then on my spam account, I was like, if I sold some chocolate covered strawberries for Mother's Day, would you buy some? And then that's when people were like, yes. And I was just like, oh my God. I was so surprised at the end of that day, because I had only planned out to do 5 orders, because I was like, my friends that just want to give themselves something to their moms. But then I ended up having more and more and more. And I was like going to the store back and forth, back and forth. And I think that's when I decided that I wanted to start doing this, because it made me so happy to see people's reactions, just like, oh my God, this is so pretty. Like, yes, I made it so pretty for you. And then people started DMing me like, hey, can I order some strawberries? And I'd be like, I don't have a small business. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it was just for Mother's Day. And I was just like, let's just do it. I was just like, I don't lose anything for doing it. Well, if it went bad, I would have lost all my money. But other than that, I was just like, I had such a good day on Mother's Day. And I was just like, if people are asking me for more, then I should be able to give them more.
If COVID ends, would you still continue your business?
Yes, I still want to continue my business even if COVID ends and everything. Like, I feel like once COVID ends, like it's a little bit easier. I feel like some people might like be scared to buy off small businesses, especially when they're selling food due to this whole pandemic. I do want to continue it. I even want to continue when I'm in college, but I know it's gonna be a little bit hard because it's something that I don't want to let go of. It's something that it makes me so happy that if I let it go, I'd be sad because I want it back. So it's definitely something that I would consider or want to do after COVID and continue doing it as far as I can go,
That's all the questions I have for your business interview. Thank you for giving me your time to ask questions, and that's all I have for you.
Okay, no worries. Thank you for considering me to be interviewed.
I would like to know, what is your name and what is your business?
Okay, my name is Diana Ramirez, and we specialize in sweet and savory Mexican street snacks in Ashland Market and Cafe in San Leandro.
How has COVID-19 impacted your business?
Before the pandemic started in 2019, we started selling in festivals around the area, in Mariachi Festival in Hayward, and they adopted it in Oakland. We had those beautiful events that we did, and when in 2020, when the pandemic started, we were trying to do some more events in that year, but it wasn't possible because pandemic. So we stopped our business like totally.
For the next question, I'm going to ask you, how has your team stayed motivated during this time?
Because we are really a small business. We started just my husband and I, and of course all my family was helping us in those two events, and we didn't hire people, so they were all my support. And we stay motivated because 2020 we received great news because we applied for be a vendor in National Market and Cafe, and in that year they say, okay, yes, you're gonna get a chance to be there. So for me 2020 was like not a bad year, it was a great year because we were able to find a store and be able to be in a located present.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know how to say that.
How has your business changed the way it operates?
It changed a lot because in 2019, so we were like finding a commercial kitchen to prep our production and then go to the festival, and we need to have a truck and to load the truck and go to the festival. Just one day have all these people like supporting you, and you work really hard for that day. And now it's like, okay, I'm going now, when the kiosks I open in 4 days, and so my time is better right now. I don't do a lot of production, and it's just me over there in the kiosk. So it's getting like, I don't know, it's getting, I don't know how to say this.
It's getting more productive. You're starting to do more things.
Yes, just like that. Yes, thank you.
I'm going to ask, like, how's the influx of customers change during the pandemic? Like, was there more people coming in during, or was there less people coming in?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so in 2000, when we did these two events, people were asking us, "Oh, are you located? Where are you located after this event or whatever?" Right? So we were all the time saying we don't have a store, we just do it events. We just started, and so many people are starting follow us on Instagram since those two events. And after 1 year, 2 years, almost 2 years, one of my customers says, "Finally, I'm gonna get my marquesitas again after 2 years," because she was waiting for us. Like when she saw us, like we're gonna be open at these kiosks, she was so excited, and she went one day and, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have 5 marquesitas for my whole family," because that day I get my one marquesita for me, and my son come over me, and she took my marquesita. I went over there to do again the line, and it was like, no, finally it's gonna be for me, the marquesita. And we have receiving great customers in the kiosk. We're getting I don't know, it's customers from Instagram, Facebook. I'm working in social media, like advertising, and it has been really, really nice. I think it's getting more customers in this time, because we started in the pandemic when we were not able to have tables, so it was really bad. But we just decided we need to open. And we open, and it's getting better.
I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today. Just a question for myself. If you were gonna go to your place, what would you order? What's your favorite item?
2 favorite items? I think the marquesita and the empapelado. Totally, yes. The empapelados were my favorite when I was living in Mexico. That's why I wanted to sell it over here. And nobody sells more empapelados around the area. People just sell corn in a cup, but this is like corn in a cup with proteins and veggies. So it's more than just a snack. It could be your dinner or your lunch. And the marquesita is another one that nobody sells around the area, and it's just a dessert from Yucatan Peninsula. It's really interesting when you do the first bite, because it's so crispy. It's really crispy, and everything is like everything.
Sounds good.
So you need to try it, guys. Welcome wherever you want to. Yeah, if you want to go to the kiosk, go ahead.
So if you're on East 14th, right?
Yeah.
Make sure to check out Yo-Yo Streets.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Now you know where you can get some desserts to satisfy those sweet cravings. Not much of a sweets person? In that case, let's take it to Thank You Grill in San Leandro, who specializes in Filipino barbecue.
My business is called Thank You Grill. My name is Renee. I'm the chef owner of Thank You Grill, and I specialize in Filipino style barbecue.
How has COVID-19 impacted the way you work?
I got a barbecue grill, and I used to be a caterer, and I used to do pop-ups before I got this little location here, the kiosk in Ashland.
How has your business changed the way it operates during these times?
Well, like you said, like I said earlier, I had to go from brick and mortar to click and order. I had to set up. I had to look at my website and really look at it from the customer's point of view, because there's a few times where I wanted to order some food, and the thing is, like, you can't go out, right? And I just had a rough time navigating to pay for my food. I turned around and looked at my website, and I made sure that the flow was really easy. It was straight to the point. They got to purchase the food they wanted, and then I also set up curbside and takeout orders and just pick up.
You brought up before that you had to let go of 2 customers. Has that made your workload increase tenfold since you had to get rid of 2 employees?
Yeah, well, when I first started this, I was by myself anyways. I did everything on my own. I'm self-taught anyways, so there was no one really like telling me what to do, the mentorship and all that. I just learned through mistakes and through trial and error.
Another question I'd like to ask is, what are your plans with your business for the future?
Oh man, my plans for the future is to get my own place eventually, get a fully functional kitchen, and that looks like to me like maybe let's say a food truck, but not a regular food truck. Like I wouldn't be driving around. I would find a location where I could just drive to, stop, and then set up some picnic tables outside, so that way people can, after they eat, they can go do some outdoor dining. And if someone would want to take out, they can still do takeout.
The next question I'd like to ask is, how has your influx of customers changed? Have you seen more customers, less customers, or has there been more since you did that community thing?
There has been more. There has definitely been more, and I've got like DMs from instant, messages, DMs from all these folks that got my food, because you got to put a label on it. You got to show them who did it, and I got a lot of positive feedback on my flavors, saying, you know what, this is the best free food we ever tasted. I can't believe we got this, and it just saying thank you, and they appreciate what I did. And you know what, like I said, you get, it's kind of like karma, like you get what you give and you give what you get. So it was a blessing, man.
Speaking of your menu, my final question is that if you're a customer, what is your 2 favorite items on your menu?
Oh man, you gotta try the lumpias, man. The lumpias are the best. My grandmother taught me that recipe. My aunt told me her techniques, and then I put my own little spin to it. But these lumpias, I've been enjoying these lumpias since I was little, man. And I would do the banh mi sandwich also, because you can it's big enough for me to cut it in half, and you can share it, and then you can give you guys can share the lumpias too. If you guys, if you're on a date or you were here with a friend or whatever, if you guys were short on money, just buy the sandwich and lumpias and cut it in half, and you guys got a meal.
So what I did was, with the Filipino style banh mi, so as a culture, Filipinos, we don't have a sandwich. We eat everything with rice. So what I did was I took the barbecue stick off the stick and I put it in the bun. So I made a Filipino style banh mi sandwich. So the trick was, I took your taste buds like it's headed to Vietnam, but when you take a bite, you land in the Philippines.
So those are the 2 things that I'm excited for, yeah.
Thank you, Grill. I'll be here all night. But as we all know, no meal is complete without a refreshing drink to go with it. Let's take a look at the creative drink options that you can get at Cosas Locas Oakland.
Hi, so I'm Christina.
Hi, I'm Christian.
And we both own Cosas Locas, located in Oakland, California.
And we sell antojitos mexicanos and agua frescas that are unique.
Yeah.
How has COVID-19 affected your business?
I think it affected us a lot with materials. All the materials that we would use started to get sold at higher prices. Of course, because I think a lot of people were in panic, purchasing maybe things that they didn't need or purchasing too much of what they needed.
Yeah, the availability of items was very difficult.
What problems did your business face throughout the pandemic?
I think in general, the fear of people going out. I think everybody didn't know what this virus was, didn't know what it was capable of yet. It was like there was no really rules set in progress. It was just like a shutdown. So when the shutdown initially happened, I remember we were closed down for 2 weeks because we were trying to figure out, like, are we going to be able to even run this anymore?
What did you do to overcome these struggles?
It's kind of hard for us to say we found this solution to everything, but it did push us out of our comfort zone to like go out and find different businesses that have what we were looking for. It just forced us to get out of what we knew to go and search out a solution.
What kind of support has your business gained during the pandemic?
I would say we gained a lot of support, especially since we were also giving back to our customers, giving away things.
Yeah, because we were doing like a essential workers giveaway, where if you were an essential worker, you can pass by. We're giving free drinks. We always try our best to like give back. And I think people see that in us. I think people see that we're just two average parents just trying to make it. There was a whole wave of just like explosion of small businesses that happened during the pandemic, just because I feel like people were maybe seeing like, hey, if they're able to do it, like, why can't I? Or, maybe people were not as fearful as, what if somebody doesn't like what I do? You don't know if you don't try.
A lot of people have told us personally, you guys are an inspiration to do a small business. And that means a lot for us, and I'm like, wow, like I didn't know we
inspired that many people.
We don't even know to, create their own business.
How do you feel about other small businesses shutting down because of COVID?
We know firsthand how much work and dedication and just tireless nights it takes to put into a business that's your own. And to see somebody's hard work just shut down, it almost feels like a part of our community or a part of who we are got ripped away from us.
How would somebody purchase from you?
We do everything through Instagram, through direct message. So we post the menu a day ahead. There's a pickup time options that are on there. So from like 5 to 8 is usually what we do. So you usually send in your order, you send in what time you prefer to pick up, and then we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
What do you recommend people try from your business?
I think we pride ourselves on having something for everybody. If you're looking for variety, definitely our aguas frescas.
Our menu always changes, like every day we open. We have like some of the traditional agua frescas that people are not into, like the other ones we do sell. We also try to do like half of them water-based, half of them like milk-based.
Yeah, so I guess you can't go wrong with our aguas frescas. There's something for everybody. But if you like elote, we do sell elote. We do sell chip bags as far as like hot Cheetos, Flamin' Doritos.
Our number one agua, I would say, that people love is fresas con crema.
That's what really set us apart from everybody. That's my baby, the agua de fresas con crema and the agua de flan.
Thank you, Christina and Christian. Now let's take a short commercial break and we'll be right back with some more businesses. Welcome back to A Year In. We've seen a lot of delicious foods and drinks on the show tonight, but let's switch it up a bit and look at some businesses that offer other services. The first of which being Bangtan Gifts, where you can get unique clothing and shoes to fit your style.
So my name is Julie Rojas, and the name of my business is Bangtan Gifts, where I do custom apparel, like shoes, denim jackets, or anything really.
Okay. What about the pandemic made you start your business?
Okay, so I actually started my business in the summer of 2019, about a year before the pandemic. During the pandemic, I took it a little bit more serious. I saw the potential that it had, but what made me keep going was like the uncertainty of what could happen. During the pandemic, it was a little bit chaotic. So I was like, let me go do this, just in case anything happens.
Yeah. Would you say you started doing your business as a hobby at first?
Yes, definitely. I started doing it as a hobby at first. It all started with my love for BTS and art. I decided to paint the back of my sister's denim jacket, which I have right here. It's literally the first one I ever made.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you. And I just uploaded it to a separate Instagram, not on my personal. And then I started to custom paint my shoes. And then a lot of people started to ask, they're like, can you paint me a pair? I'll pay you for it. So I was like, sure, why not? I like doing it,
Yeah. How has COVID-19 impacted your business in a positive way, negative way, or neutral?
I would say it in a neutral way. My business hasn't really been greatly impacted by it. The only two ways that it did get affected, I guess you could say, was in the beginning. Obviously, I didn't have as many sales as I do now. And also because of the shipping, when the pandemic hit, the postal service wasn't delivering to certain countries, so I had to like inform my followers, I can't ship it to you guys. And also the shipping was taking longer than usual. It usually takes between 10 to 20 days. It was taking like 30 to 45 days for like international shipping. Yeah.
Has your
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Nonetheless, I'm grateful. And just a little bit off topic, my parents own a restaurant and they actually had to close down for like 2 months.
Oh, wow. Okay. Has your business changed the way it operates because of COVID?
Not really. My business, it has always been online, and it's been like that ever since. Well, one thing that did change, people would send me like their shoes for me to paint, but due to COVID, I'd rather buy the shoes brand new, and paint them and then ship them out to them.
What kind of support has your business gained during the pandemic?
So I didn't, receive any financial support from the government or like friends or family, but the kind of support I got was, from my followers during the pandemic. They were very understanding, with like shipping and all of that. And, I'm just like really grateful for them because, I have that kind of support and, it makes me super happy.
Yeah. And lastly, is there a shout out or announcement you would like to make about your small business?
Yeah, so just follow my Instagram. It's Bangtan Gift with the dot after Bangtan. I had to make a new one. And yeah, just check out what I do,
Okay, thank you so much.
Now that you know where to find some awesome clothes, let's take a look at a couple businesses that offer unique jewelry and other handmade crafts. The first of which being a student that goes to our school, Killer Glitter.
Hi, my name is Wendy Ortega. I run a small business that makes customized jewelry and its name is Killer Glitter.
Oh, did you start this business during the pandemic, before, during?
Yeah, I started making things around April, but then I started officially selling it around July.
And what about the pandemic helped you grow your business, like saying like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I know that it's gonna go well for me? What about the pandemic made you think that way?
Well, since a lot of us were quarantining, I know that it was really hard to like go out. I realized that I saw a lot of businesses like doing shipping things. It was more accessible to the world, it was more safer too because you don't get to go like face to face with someone, it's going to be socially distanced and it's going to be safe.
Was this something you took as a hobby before you started making it a business?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't like a big hobby for me, but I started making little necklaces and little earrings for myself. I never really thought much about it. I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm gonna make a business or anything. But I like the concept of making like affordable, customized jewelry. I think that was pretty fun to do.
How has COVID impacted your business in general? Like, I know that you started a little bit into the pandemic, so how has it impacted it? Hasn't gone well? Any positives, any negatives?
Well, the positive is that I have gotten a lot of orders like going into it, and I saw how my sales started to go up as we progressed through quarantine and things like that. I feel like there hasn't been any downsides to how it's all been working out. As far as I know, things have kind of stayed the same.
I know that right now it's difficult to stay productive and motivated. Is there certain things you do to stay motivated with your business, things that will help you stay productive and not basically procrastinate?
Yeah. Before my business kind of started going up, it was pretty hard to stay consistent. I'd watch the movies and then I'd try to design something like inspired by that. I'd look up random like color palettes and try to do that. At least mostly every day make something because of that, because I started sitting down and saying, okay, I'm gonna focus on this and make something new. I guess taking other people into consideration, it's been helping me.
Thank you so much for taking a little time off your day to answer these questions, and I know that in the future your business will be super successful.
Thank you. That means a lot.
My name is Gloria Betsaida Carvajal. I am the business owner or small business owner of Betsy Artsy Macram and Resin.
How did you come up with the idea of starting your company?
Well, mostly it's because I love plants. And during the pandemic, everybody started buying plants mostly. And I wanted to hang them in my room. I saw pictures about these plant hangers made out of macram string. So I started ordering some on Amazon. But then I thought maybe I can do them instead of ordering them on Amazon. And I tried it and I really fell in love with it.
How has COVID impacted that business when you started it?
It actually has benefited me a lot. During COVID, a lot of, big box stores closed. So a lot of people started going online and social media and all of that. So once that started, people started looking. I opened my Etsy shop once I started doing more.
Throughout the pandemic, how much support has it gained when it comes to promoting it on social media, websites? How has it benefited in that way?
Social media has helped a lot. That's my main place where I sell the most. I still have my Etsy shop, but I do not sell as much through there as through social media. So I promoted more and more on social media. Instagram is where I do lives, and that's where I sell the most.
Is there certain things you do to keep yourself motivated to be productive while doing your business and running it?
I'm a very active person. So actually it's helped me a lot to be busy with something that I love, that I fell in love with. And now that I'm doing other stuff besides macram, also in my shop, it's helped me actually stay active.
When COVID ends, do you still plan to keep continuing on your business?
Yes, I do, because like I said, it's helped me more than anything with all of my issues. So it's something I can do from home. And also I also take care of my parents that are elderly, so that will help me more stay at home and take care of them and take care of myself.
Well, thank you so much again for having me here, and it was amazing. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Hopefully you found some brand new businesses to check out. Now, we've all been through a lot this past year, and that's why it's important to support these local businesses. We've only shown you a handful tonight, but there are so many more out there that would appreciate your support. But anyways, that's all the time we have for you tonight. I've been your host, Francisco Amador. Thanks for watching A Year In.